Ladies, this is a game I call Blackjack Dinks. It's designed to improve your accuracy with your dinking and your fitness. And here's how it works. 2 players on that side, 1 player on this side. This is a dinking exercise. You notice we have sections on the court lined off. We've got a 3 foot by 5 foot section over there. My goal is to dink into that area or into that area. Your role is to dink within these 2 boundary lines here. Now, if we wanted more of a challenge for this individual player, we could move these out wider to within maybe 3 feet of this line. But for our purposes, I think 5 feet in here, 5 feet in here gives me a 10-foot area to cover. My goal is to try to hit 21 targets within either that section or that section. Your job is to try to make it difficult for me to hit those spots. You can do that one of 2 ways. Make me move, make me have to chase this ball and lean and bend, or you can hit a volley and deny me from hitting the ball into that spot. I'm going to try to get to 21 points. It's not going to be easy, but it's not meant to be easy. I'm trying to dink under pressure, and quite honestly, this is a little bit of a cardio exercise. So great practice for those times when you want a little bit of extra cardio work, and we would obviously make sure that we rotate and everybody gets their turn over here. So let's give it a go. I'll count out the points as we go. Who knows how long it'll take me to get to 21 points. But one other additional rule I should mention is if you make an error, I get credit for a point. If I make an error by not making the ball over the net or by sending it wide of the court, I subtract a point from my score. If I happen to hit the ball too shallow or in the middle area or back in the blue, there's no penalty for that. We would continue the rally. I just don't get credit for a point. I don't need 21 in a row. So, score is 0. I'll feed it in and then we'll play it out. It was short, so I don't get a point. 1. I get a point for that. My score is 2. Again, if you miss a feed, there's no penalty for that. No points are awarded. A little too shallow. 2. I'm sorry, that's 3 points. Grab a ball, we'll try again. I'm at 3 points. 4. I missed it wide. Subtract a point, I'm at 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. Did it touch the line? If so, I'm at 9. That's 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. That was too deep. I missed it. 15, 16. That's it. If you make me move, it's going to be more challenging. 17, 18, 19, 20, a little shallow, 21. I got to 21. Now we would rotate. I would encourage you as well, when we do this drill or exercise, don't stand in the corner. Play it like it was a real point. So your positioning is going to be as if it were real doubles, which means we're more centered here as opposed to off to the side. And we're not going to allow that individual player to just simply have their way hitting those targets. We're going to try and deny that player. At the same time, we're going to try and move it around within that area to make you have to move to retrieve that ball. Ready? Go ahead. 1, good start. Just short. That's 2. 3. Got you? Here we go. Still at 3. No, I'm sorry. You have to deduct a point for when you don't make it over the net. So you were at 3. Now you're at 2. 3. 4. 3. 4, 5. Replay, no score for that one. Start it up again. You're still at 5. That's 6. That's 7. That's 8. 9. It's a good rally. That's 10. 11. Close. 12. Now, we'll cut you some slack here because mine was deep past the non-volley zone. That ended the point right then and there, so we don't have to deduct your score. You were at 11, you're still at 11. Now, had my ball been in, you would have a point deduction because it didn't come over the net. $12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Down to 15. And we may have mentioned earlier that if you hit it back in here, it's a point deduction. That's not the case. If we said that, that's a mistake. If you hit it back here, there's no penalty. We can stop the point and replay, or we could choose to play on. If you miss wide, it's a point deduction. Obviously, if you don't make it over the net, that's point deduction. But if you happen to hit it a little deep, there is no penalty for that. 16, 17, 18, 19, 'You're at 19. I don't want to let you get to 21 here. You have to earn it. $20, 21. Very good. Now we would obviously rotate again. Claire would get her turn over there. If we find that this isn't challenging enough for the individual player, we can move those lines out wider. If we move it 12 inches further wide this way, move it 12 inches further wide that way, that's 2 extra feet you have to cover. Currently it's 10 feet wide. If we move it 12 inches, that's now 12 feet wide. When I play this, I like to make it that line 3 feet within that sideline, which means it's a 14-foot width to cover. Makes it pretty difficult. And again, it's a cardio exercise because you're doing a lot of movement. This will increase your heart rate. But it's designed to get you to be more specific with your dink placement rather than just hitting a ball over to random spots. We want you to concentrate on hitting a target area and be very specific about it. Be intentional about where you're trying to send this ball. At the same time, you're being challenged with your movement. Ready? You're at 0. 1, that's a good start. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is a great start, Claire. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Good denial. 12, it hit the line. That's now 13. Now, technically, you could have claimed a point earlier. My shot was wide. You elected to play on, which is fine. You ended up scoring a point because you hit another good dink. And we can allow some grace here. We can allow a little leeway if it's really close to a line and you're in position, you may as well play it. But because mine was wide, technically you could have claimed a point on that one. You end up getting about 5 additional points because you continued to hit dinks in the target area. What is your score?
13.
13? Let's pick up from there. A little wide, so there's a point deduction. You can see if we start to move you a little more, it becomes more challenging. Come on. And we're going to try and reach in and deny you. That's up to 13 again. 14, 15, not 16, Still short. 16. 17, good shot. Good denial. 18. A little short. A little short again. 20. 21. Well done. I think I got the score right. I might have given you an extra point, but regardless, you did really well. That's how we play this game. It's a great game exercise for improving your dinking, but also improving your fitness and your cardio. Again, you can make this as challenging as you want. You can make this section smaller if you wanted to. Any way you want to manipulate this is fine, but great dinking practice for being very specific with your shot placement.